Hello everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Off camera I've done some research and learned a bit more about how the game is played. Theoretically this might be able to get me into orbit. I have a lot of theoreticallys and mights in there, I know, but I have high hopes. I only have two sources of science easily available to me right now. The getting Kerbins into low Earth orbit and getting a crew report, or getting gravioli scans of biomes I haven't been to yet. So in the interest of not killing too many Kerbals, at least not yet, we're going to give this thing a try. I've already done all the design work and set up on this. I'm not going to bore you guys with that this time, unless you say you want to. Let me know in the comments and all that. But I figure I won't bore you guys too much with the building component of it, especially when it's just some minor tweaks like this one. This is just about as light as I could come up with for this thing. Anyways, without any further ado, let's hit the launch pad and see what happens. I've gotten a little better at the launch component of this thing. SAS on, launching in 3, 2, 1, liftoff. So theoretical goal, stable orbit. And maybe if we're lucky, one gravioli scan. If this gets into orbit with fuel to spare, I might try to throw a few more batteries on the next design. I've only got 4 on this one. I've gone out of my way to try and make this thing as light as possible. Although I'll admit I have a few other ideas I could add if this wasn't adequate. The other thing I've contemplated is replacing these boosters with the littler guys and seeing if that works any better. I'm really not certain if the shorter burn time is what the trade-off is with the increased thrust. Stage 2, initiating first gravity turn. Now, and stabilize. Come on. There we are. See, theoretically, an equatorial orbit should give me a couple of biomes I haven't seen before. Alright, as soon as we're out of the dark blue atmosphere, we will execute our second gravity turn. Which hopefully should occur while still on the full booster. Actually, you know what? We're going to let the full boosters run out first. Use those mostly for vertical movement. Throttling up secondary engines. Eject and fire. Full power to engines. Gravity turning to there. Now then. Nope. No. Bad SAS. No cookie. Okay. Fine controls. Continue turning a little more. Alright, the next gravity turn may have to wait until we're in full orbit, but let's see how we're doing here. We are already at 52 kilometers, and we still have lots of fuel left. RCS on. A little more tip to our system here. And lock. Come on. Stop it. 68, 69, 70. We are almost at orbital elevation with still more than half a tank of gas left. Alright, let's throttle down a whole bunch here. Because we're still rising. We want to... I'm shooting for 90 to 100,000. And then we'll cut... Yeah, somewhere between 90 and 100. Alright, cutting engines. RCS to rotate us to orbital insertion angle, which will be basically 90 degrees. Come on, back a little. Back just a bit. And a little roll back towards. Come on. Nope, wrong way. Wrong way. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Alright, and we are above 84. Full throttle to the engines. This is it. This is our orbital burn. Here we go. A little elevation gain in the process. This is it. Alright, no. Alright, so the only thing that could go horribly, horribly wrong is passing the apoapsis in the process of trying to achieve an orbital angle. But I think... Come on... our apoapsis is still rising. We are on the move. The apoapsis is going away, which means we are achieving orbital velocity. We still have... Oh, it's going to be tight. Can I afford to cut the engines back? I don't know. I suppose I could. If I cut them back just a little... Oh, we are close. We are so close now. A little less engine. Don't want to waste too much. Because we're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, not much tank left. Come on. Tip, 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 tip. Come on, RCS. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Tip us towards the horizon. We don't want to raise our apoapsis too much higher. Come on, periapsis, come on. Apoapsis, out of the planet. Out, 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 out. We are so close. Yes, there it is. 30, 4, 5, 6, 7, 80, 90. And circularizing. I think I ran out of gas. And my apoapsis just went completely insane. But 95 to 205. It's a crappy orbit. But that, my friends, that is a stable orbit around Kerbin. And now I have actual space junk to contend with in orbit around Kerbin. How hilarious is that? Alright, so now we'll extend our antenna. And let's turn off the SAS, because that's useless to us now. And let's see if we can get some new scientific data. Right, we only really want one of them to activate. I hope they don't cost too much power to use. I'm actually kind of curious about that. Okay, scans. We're at 1599. Still at 1599. So salt marshes cost, scans cost nothing to execute, which is good. So the one downside to having 4 of these things is you get 4 separate scans. Actually, if I was to redo this, I might actually see about scanning separately. Well, guys, this is really cool. Nope. Coming over the coast. Come on, give us a coastal scan. I know there's... No, I guess we're not above a coast yet. Not yet. Soon, though. We're actually going to need an inclined orbit to get... Aha! No. It'd be really nice if you could tell where you're supposed to be doing these scans, you know. Aha! The sensor passes over the shores of Kerbin. The readings appear to be nominal. Scientific value 45. Let's send that dude back to Earth. Kerbin. So, 4 batteries. We might actually get 2 readings out of this. Which is cool, because I think that continent up ahead might be interesting. That archipelago. Archipelago. Such a cool word. Now the interesting question is, could I use my RCS to get a decent thrust to dip me into the atmosphere and actually deorbit this bugger? Or am I going to have to do something goofy in the future? Alright, still over... Okay, I underestimated the amount of data these batteries can transmit. Note to self. Okay. We're tumbling just a little here. Let's see where we are. A little acceleration. Let's see what we get as we come across this area. Come on. Shores. They're just shores. Too bad. Actually, this fairly tight orbit that I've established is actually kind of poor for variance in data collection here. You know what? Let's get in close and let's... Oh, I can't disable these? Too bad. Alright, well let's retract the antenna until something useful comes up. Let's get up over the continent here. Grasslands. Highlands. More highlands. I'm not actually sure what other biomes there are on Kerbin. I know there's some tundra, some high Arctic type biomes. Now, this is a beautiful sight, isn't it? Yeah, a biomes map of Kerbin. That would be really handy, wouldn't it? Let's see. I don't know if I've ever gotten a scan over the... where the heck's the spaceport? Oh, there's a desert. Some big deserts around the backside of the planet I haven't gone over yet. Cool. I don't think the lakes count as anything different, which is too bad. I'm not sure if these fits and starts are really all that helpful for you guys, or if it's a little bit painful to watch. But it's going to take a long time to get around this planet and actually scan all of the aspects. So I think if I use this rocket in exactly the same way, except if I incline it 90 degrees from what I usually do, that should allow us to get a nice solid scan of the so-called polar areas. Alright, we are swinging around to the desert continent. On the night side, too. Let's see what we got as we come across the shores here. Alright. Let's see, we're still considered to be over the ocean. wonder if there's a spaceport scan, in which case coming over the spaceport would be really useful too, wouldn't it? Huh. I'm not positive. That would be funny though, wouldn't it? The spaceport being a separate biome from everything else. That's the Highlands. Yeah, high on my wish list, a way to keep track of all of these experiments that I've done. Because right now there's really no way to know what I've actually done scientifically so far. I hear that might be coming in the next update, 0.23 of the game. Oh, by the way, I should mention that this is better than starting manned version 4.9999996 today, I think. I think he got his 9 turned upside down. But regardless, it is dunes, yeah, dunes, very stable gravitation, though some spikes would indicate the underground terrain varies in composition. It is a data set I already have, which leaves very little behind. I wonder where the spaceport is. Alright, well that's the desert continent. Let's see, where are we? We're way over the other side of the planet right now. So that's the space... No, that's a different planet. That's way out there. Isn't that interesting? That must be the spaceport as we come around our orbit there. It's not a perfect equatorial orbit. It's a little on the inclined side. But nothing so insane. But is this anything interesting as we pass over the shores of a dune? Nope, just another set of shores. Yeah, dunes and shores. Nothing exciting there. Alright, this is grasslands. That was dunes. I believe I got that. If this is the spaceport continent, then I already got this section, this neighborhood here. That looks like it might be the spaceport down there. And mountain ranges, I have gotten. Highlands, I've gotten. Highlands. Still the grasslands. Shores, and that's it. I have exhausted all possibilities of this orbit. Too bad. I got more science out of these various little mini missions than I had thought. Okay, so now the question is, so to deorbit something that's in an unstable orbit like this, as my understanding goes, you have to burn at or as close to the apoapsis as possible to pull your periapsis down into the atmosphere. And that really just means, you know, as low as we can get it. But I mean, the hard part is all I have to use is RCS fuel. So I mean, that would be enough if I had engines, but I don't have engines. So the question is, this is really just scientific curiosity now. Can I deorbit a spacecraft with just the RCS boosters? And now we got to use minimal RCS here because we need to do a retrograde burn with our RCS. Come on. And of course, I've just burned a stupid amount of the monopropellant here probably. Alright, yeah, that's not going to help. Alright. SAS off. Come on, let's try and do this properly. Come on, RCS. Wow. Man, it's a good thing that I'm not in a hurry here, or... Alright, and... Slow it down, slow it down. Come on, correct your spin. Alright. Now, the only thing I can't remember is which one is forward and which one is backwards. It's T and H, and I'll be doing... I've oriented myself, so I should have to do a prograde burn to accomplish this. So as we go around the planet, I'll stay locked on that, and it's going to come around to the point where my burn becomes a retrograde burn, like so. So 4 minutes. This is the timer until my burn time. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. So, for reference, current periapsis is 95.5 kilometers. And we want to reduce that as far as possible. 2 minutes. 1 minute. We're going to burn at 20 seconds to go. So, slow her down. And it's going to be, I hope this is the right direction. Just a little further. Here we go. And beginning our burn. Yes, I think that's counting. So, we're going to burn all of our monopropellant as long as we can, with the idea that we're not going to leave any junk in space, because that would just be bad for navigation. I really don't want to end the flight. You know, it's a game. I could delete this flight easily as pie, but that would be not in the spirit of a proper space program. And if you can't deorbit, you're garbage. Honestly, you're doing it wrong. Alright, I'm losing my marker here. Alright, and that's the end of my burn. I've gone past that point. And let's see what's happened to my periapsis. My periapsis? That worked! Well, I'll be darned. So, you can successfully deorbit a spacecraft of this size with RCS. Good to know. That's actually really good to know. It means that I can legitimately take this thing out of the... so that it won't be a hazard to long-term navigation. And... I still got my orbital data. I mean, in an ideal world, I would have put a heat shield on this so I could actually, you know, recover a portion of it. But, you know what? This wasn't really intended to be a recoverable mission. So we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to watch it hit the atmosphere like a ton of bricks. And I will wrap up this episode here, I think, because a successful orbit is a successful orbit. Next time around, we will... Anyways, next time... Sorry about that. The video cut out for a second. Next time, we will attempt to get into a polar orbit and push this exact same probe over the tundra and Arctic territories of Kerbal and see what useful data we get out of that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Much appreciated, as always. Do make sure to, you know, leave a comment if you have any thoughts on the way I'm approaching my space program, or my Skyrim series for that matter. It really is greatly appreciated, and nice to know what you guys think about what I'm doing and how I'm approaching it. Just watch this thing burn up beautifully in the atmosphere, the results of a successful deorbiting procedure. Surprisingly successful, even. I think that's the only one. And boom, and boom. That's hilarious. It's part... Nope. And that's that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.